now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Well, all week it has been just sunny, and that's continuing right into today. But the thing that hasn't carried over from yesterday is just how warm we were yesterday. We saw temperatures in the mid-70s in our inland areas. That is definitely not going to be the case for today, as we are at 51 degrees in Chiloquin. You can see those winds coming out of the north-northwest, gusting up to 23 miles per hour. So it's definitely making that 51-degree temperature feel a little bit cooler than it otherwise would. We are in the 40s and 50s this midday over on the east side, near 60 degrees for our west side valleys, and we're at 56 degrees this midday in Brookings. You can see some of those winds again gusting out of the west and northwest, up to 23 miles per hour for Klamath Falls, 28 miles per hour for Montague, and kind of comparable wind gusts there along the coast, and that'll become even more widespread as we get later into the day. So for today along the coast, it's going to be a little bit cooler than yesterday. Winds definitely a little bit more blustery than yesterday, gusting out of the north-northwest, or excuse me, just out of the north up to 30 miles per hour. And down in Siskiyou County, we will see winds gusting out of the north-northwest, also up to 30 miles per hour. Temperatures today about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than what we were at yesterday, but we will see plenty of sunshine. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of sunshine over on the east side, just based off of what we saw near Chiloquin from the Clamoya Casino. Temperatures today in some parts of the east side could be about 20 degrees cooler than yesterday, as we'll be stuck in the mid-50s. Then look how cold we're going to be up towards Crater Lake today. We're going to have a tough time even making it out of the 20s. So very, very chilly there, and those winds coming also out of the north-northwest up to 40 miles per hour. Maybe would lead to the idea that those wind chills could be in the teens, maybe single digits if the wind gusts get fast enough. So if you're going to go up to the national park today, definitely dress in layers. Foothills won't see those winds as gusty, but we'll have temperatures in the mid-50s. And then winds will also be fairly blustery in the Rogue Valley. And combined with temperatures in the mid-60s might feel just a little brisk outside. Now for tonight, temperatures are going to go way down, much colder than what they were at this morning. There is the potential for frost, especially down in Siskiyou County and over on the east side. There's no formal frost advisory issued, at least not yet, from the National Weather Service in Medford. We are watching that very closely, but it's going to be cold overnight, and those winds over on the east side up in the Cascades and along the coast gusting up to 30 miles per hour definitely won't make it feel any warmer outside. Now for this weekend, temperatures are going to go up. They're going to rebound into the mid-60s. Will be a little bit breezy for both days, but all in all should be a wonderful weekend to get out to the coast. So here is the bottom line for the forecast. Obviously, we're much cooler for today, but those temperatures are going to warm up into the weekend, rebounding into the 70s and possibly into the 80s for some of our west side valleys. And here is kind of the big bugaboo with this forecast. It's that we don't have any rain in the forecast over the next 7 days, which is obviously pretty detrimental to our drought situation. So here is your 7-day forecast along the coast. We've already alluded to the forecast over the weekend, and that weather is really just going to continue into next week. For Siskiyou County, no rain over the next 7 days and getting pretty hot into next week. Temperatures that could potentially make a run for 90 degrees, especially in the Sayad Valley as we get into the middle parts of next week. And then for the Klamath Basin, 7 days in a row of warm weather, of windy weather, of dry weather too. So obviously that's not doing the effort to prolong fire season. It's not doing that effort any favors. And then for the mountains, we'll see some rapid melting of the snowpack this week, just given that the temperatures are so above freezing. And we'll have so much sunshine. And then for the Rogue Valley, we have a gorgeous weekend in store. And it looks like next week is going to be just as gorgeous and a little bit warmer.
Okay, and definitely something that I'm sure we will be keeping an eye on, especially next week. I know you mentioned this morning that in Shasta County we're actually seeing a fire weather watch. Is that correct?
It's been upgraded to a red flag warning.
Okay, so not that far from us. So something that even though we're not under any watches or warnings right now, something people do need to keep in mind today. Yeah,
definitely. And it just kind of underscores the idea that the fuels are starting to get dry enough for fire season to actually be declared here in Oregon. If it's just happening in Shasta County, California, who's not to say that it could happen in Siskiyou County, California, and then eventually getting into Jackson and Josephine counties. So it's getting pretty close in regards to time, and it's also getting pretty close in regards to location as well.
Okay, thank you, Josh.
Of course.